was born into struggle. Life never gave me an easy road. By the time I was 5 years old, my father was dead. My mother worked long hours, and I had no choice but to raise my younger siblings and cook for them every night. I never had a childhood, just survival. At 16, I dropped out of school. The world had no mercy for a poor boy from Indiana. At 17, I had already lost 4 jobs. No one wanted me. At 18, I got married, hoping for a fresh start. By 20, I was a father. By 22, my wife left me, taking our daughter with her. She didn't believe I was good enough to provide for them. At 23, I joined the army, desperate to prove myself. But the military didn't want me either. I was dishonorably discharged after just 1 year. At 25, I became a railway conductor. Maybe now things would change, but within a year, I was fired again. Desperate, I went to law school, but life wasn't done testing me. I got into a fight with my own client, and my legal career was over before it even began. At 30, I was broke, alone, and working as a gas station attendant, barely making enough to eat. By 40, I had spent nearly 2 decades failing, but life wasn't done with me yet. At 40, I started cooking fried chicken at the back of my gas station. It wasn't much, but for the first time in my life, people actually liked something I made. At 50, I opened a small restaurant. It started to grow. Finally, after a lifetime of pain, rejection, and failure, I thought I had made it. But then, tragedy struck. At 65, my restaurant went bankrupt. Everything I had built was gone. I sat on my porch, staring at a $105 Social Security check, the only thing keeping me from starving. I thought about giving up completely, but then something inside me snapped. I wasn't going to die a failure. Not now, not after everything. So at 65 years old, with nothing left to lose, I did something no one else would have dared to do. I packed my things, took my secret recipe, and started knocking on doors. One by one, I walked into restaurants, offering them my fried chicken recipe in exchange for a small percentage of their profits. I was rejected 1,009 times. Think about that. 1,009 people told me no. Most would have quit. Most would have believed the world was right. Most would have stayed broke, forgotten, and defeated. But I wasn't most people. On my 1,010th try, someone finally said yes. And just like that, history changed. My chicken became a sensation. By the time I was 73, I sold my company for $2 million, $17 million today. By the time I was 88, my brand had over 6,000 restaurants worldwide. And today, that one idea, that one final shot at life, that one desperate attempt to prove I was worth something became KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken. I was not a lucky man. I was not a rich man. I was not a man born into success. I was simply a man who refused to die a failure. So ask yourself this: what's your excuse? Tag someone who needs to hear this today.